Hello my dear friends, you're on the Military Summary channel, and today we will discuss the situation in Ukraine on the 13th of April. As I see, both sides took an operational pause in the conflict, and this pause has been going on for several days. But of course there are some updates I would like to discuss with you, so let's start one by one. This morning I got a very interesting map. This one. This is the map that shows the approximate situation in the Donbas area for today. These maps shows us the operation of Russian forces. This is the attack of Russian forces and the attack of Lugansk Republic forces in this area. We see this area. If you remember yesterday in my previous video, I told you that according to the Russian sources, there was an operation and 1,000 Ukrainian soldiers were surrounded in this area. It's near town Oskol. I didn't have a lot of information yesterday, so I didn't where exactly this group were surrounded. But today we got this, and this map was prepared according the data that was provided by the pro-Kremlin very famous journalist Podubny. He is the war journalist. He took part in Syria conflict, in Donbas conflict in 2014, in these conflicts. So he was in the Bucha, by the way, and he prepared very interesting material about the Gostomel airport and so on. So this map according to his words. And the Ukrainian forces, these 1,000 soldiers, is here in this black spot in this area. So now let's move to our map. So we can say that according to these data, Ukrainian forces were surrounded in this area. This is the place near the dam we discussed a few times. But I thought that maybe the Ukrainians were surrounded in this area in the town of Skol. But according to this data, as far as I can see, they were surrounded here. And of course, it always tells us, according to this map tells us that town of Skol is under the Russian forces, under their control. This town of Skol, you see this like a not very good quality, maybe you don't see, but this is this river, this is the dam, and this is the dam, and this is the river. This is town right on top of this river, Skol River. By the way, this map showed that this town is under the Russians. The only why I don't know why the Russian source map they haven't updated this, but we will see. So these guys are surrounded. It's around 1,000 soldiers there, according to the Russian sources. And yesterday I told you about the story that they were asked their Ukrainian command the help to break through this area, but the Ukrainian commands they refused. And now these guys in very big trouble. And also it's like the same topic we discussed about some sort of victory before the 9th of May. And as far as I see, these 1,000 soldiers like a very good present, like a very good situation before this 9th of May. And I'm sure that the Russian forces, they won't of course they will bomb, they will shell this area. Of course they need like to have the powerful arguments in the negotiation, but sooner or later these guys will surrender if they want to leave, of course. I think that somewhere by the Wednesday, like right before the 9th of May, in a few days of 9th of May, these guys will surrender and it will be presented like very big operation. But of course it's a very big operation, 1,000 soldiers, it's a very big loss for Ukrainians. On this part of the front line, of course, it would be much more better if Ukrainians managed to save these guys. And by the way, about the prisoners of war, for example, the head of the Donetsk People's Republic, he told that by today, they have already they keep around 3,000 of prisoners of war. Mainly these prisoners of war from Mariupol and these areas, but imagine yourself, they have already 3,000 of Ukrainian soldiers. There are another 1,000 soldiers in this area, and we don't know how much prisoners of war are in Lugansk People Republic. And for example, the head of Donetsk People Republic, he told that they are able to keep and to hold around 10,000 of prisoners of war, and that's a lot. And by the way, there was like a lot of meetings on this topic in this area, so they were like before the big attack, before they take the Liman and all the other towns, they held some meetings and they were just try to understand how much of prisoners of war they can keep on their lands in these two republics in the Russian Federation. And of course, one of the most dangerous prisoners of war, they are transferred in direction of Russian Federation. There are some investigation process there, of course. And let's see what's next. Another thing, very important thing about this map, so you see that according to this map, these red spots, the towns where the main clashes are today. So we can move, and there is almost no differences between this map and the map of the West and the map of the Russians, but there are a few very important differences, and would like to discuss with you these differences. First of all, this is, for example, Marinka. It's the same thing on both maps. We can see this is it, Marinka. It's fortified Ukrainian area. We discussed many times with their fortified area, with their trenches here. Like in the Russians, they're trying to storm this area, but for now they can't move even for a meter. The only thing they did is they managed to take a very big rock in this area. It's not a rock. It's like something very big. And now they're established there their artillery eyes, and they correct their fire against this territory, on this territory. Another area is Avdiivka, the same thing, Avdiivka is colored with the red color, so it's the same thing. The Russians, they are here, this Avdiivka, and they're trying to surround this area, to take this area in small cauldron, but as we know, as I told that they took small operational pause, and for now there is no movement and there is no progress from the Russian side. Another important area is Popasna, this small thing. Yes, Popasna, all the same thing. You see, like this is Popasna and this is on this map, and the same thing we can see on this map as well, with small differences. Another thing is this area. It's Zolotoy, Novotashkovsk area, Orekhov area. The same thing is here. We can see this is this area. And now we're moving to the Lysychansk agglomeration, and there is some differences with the other maps. For example, if we're talking about the West map, we see that this is Lysychansk, this is Rubizhnoye, this is Severodonetsk, this is Borivska. And according to this map, we can say that the Russians, they have no progress in this area. If we take a look at this map, we see that, for example, this is 3 towns. You can see this, and the middle is the Severodonetsk. This is Severodonetsk. This is it. On the south from the Severodonetsk, this is small red few towns. There are a few towns there. This is this territory. It's Mitolkine, Borivskaya, and this small red line. You see this small red line, and on this map, according to this map, this is it. And so that's mean that according to this map, we can say that Rubizhnoye is totally under the Russians. And by the way, only the West map doesn't prove this information. They're still saying that Rubizhnoye is under Ukrainians, or at least maybe in the gray zone. But I told you a few days ago that the Russians, they told that this town is already under their control, and there was only one place they didn't take control over, and it was this area, this industrial area. It's a plant by the name Zarya. But today, this morning, with that map I showed you before, where Ukrainian soldiers were surrounded, with that map I got information from the Russian sources. Of course, West sources, they're still Ukrainian command, they still doesn't say nothing about this info. So that's why the West map hasn't been updated yet. But the Russian sources, they told that they managed to take plant industrial zone Zarya. So this town is under Russia. So we'll see what's next. If it's true, in a day or two, this map will be updated, and we're gonna see like the entire Rubizhnoye is under Russian control. So it's also a very big success, very big achievement before the 9th of May, because if you remember, we can say that the Russians, they started their operation in Rubizhnoye and Severodonetsk even maybe few days before they started this operation in Mariupol. And Mariupol, as you know, has fallen. Just the Azovstal area is the only one area where Ukrainians still can hide in the area. And in Rubizhnoye stand very long. It's a real fortified area, and as you know, it's almost 2 months it has passed since this since the operation started, and just now this town, the Russians took control over this town. And I would like to add that there is information, according also to Ukrainian sources and the Russian sources, that it wasn't like a loss, as we discussed before. It's some kind of regrouping, and the Ukrainians, they throw forces from this area in direction of Popasная. And also, let's come back to Popasная a little bit. Russians, if you see, there is small updates. They update this map like on everyday basis, and they move this green line a little bit. So now their main idea in this area, in Popasная, Russians, they can't move in the north-west direction. They can't take this area. Why is that? I will show you on another map, on this map. First of all, there is a river. On this map we can't see this river, so it's something like between the buildings, between this green, between the grass and so on. So from here we can say that like just a town, but if we take a look at this map, we see that there is rivers, and the Russians, they can't cross past this area in direction of northwest. First of all, because of these water barriers, and another thing, as I told you a few videos ago, because of this area and this area. This is these 5 very big buildings, and it's this one very big buildings, according to the Russian sources. It's very big buildings, and these buildings provide Russians very good artillery correct positions. So they establish their eyes, and they control the fire from these towns. Their artillery is established a little bit behind in this area. There is also, as you see, industrial zone. From this industrial zone, they're attacking the Russians in this area. So Russians, that's why they took a decision to move to the south in this area. And now it's not a very good position for Ukrainians to protect this area, because there is no barrier. They can establish here, and you see the Russians, they can move forward without any problem. So for now, Russians, they decided to take just the south west part of Popasная. And in the future, of course, it will give them more benefits, because from this area, if they're attacking this direction, they will be able then attack to the north. And if they do this, they will be able to attack then they will be able to attack Ukrainians in the back, in this area and this. So for now, Russians, they choose the more safe plan to use in this direction. And also this Rubizhnoye, I think that they will try to take Rubizhnoye by the 9th of May. So it's also a very good victory before the 9th of May, and it's very good. It's successful. It will be considered as a successful operation, of course. And now I would like to discuss with you this town Bakhmut. This is a very important area, and many videos ago I told you that Ukrainian forces, they have here their very powerful fist. There are a lot of forces there. They will locate a lot of forces there. And some Russian sources say who are very close to the situation, and you know that every town in this area, they have their own, we can say, Telegram channel. For example, Slaviansk today, or Kramatorsk today, or for example Bakhmut today, or Donetsk. So Telegram channel where people publish the most important news, and a lot of citizens of these channels, they're subscribed on this channel, and there are a lot of information, by the way. You can have there a lot of information. You don't need even to have a spy to understand what's going on in these cities. So I'm trying to say that there is a channel about this town Bakhmut, and yesterday there were information in this channel, in this chat, that Ukrainian forces from this area, they were picked up and thrown in unknown direction. And this is very important. Because as we know, maybe it's also disinformation, some kind of disinformation, but the forces from Rubizhnoye was transferred to Popasная. So the question is, these forces, where did these forces were thrown? For example, they might be thrown also in direction of Popasna or in direction of Limana. So for now, I don't have information about the regrouping or transferring of these forces. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching, subscribe to my channel, and enjoy your weekend. Bye bye.